J. Moo Green was a campaign advisor to Hillary Clinton in 2008. Tony Sayegh is a Republican strategist, both Fox News contributors. Tony, I want to start with you. We just did this segment a moment ago about Elizabeth Warren. Donald Trump hasn't even been sworn in yet, and I remember Democrats laughing at Darrell Issa and other Republicans for investigating everything about Barack Obama. She now, Elizabeth Warren, wants to investigate, quote-unquote, chaos in his transition team. Is this even worth the taxpayers' time?
No, it's theatrics, Ed, and obviously Democrats are going to engage in a lot of these things that help them through this kind of therapy session period get over the fact that they were shocked by the fact that Donald Trump won. All the smart people said it was never going to happen. All the elites said it was never going to happen. And now they realize that there's this populist movement in this country that they once had, by the way, the support of, that has now completely transferred its support, as you saw with the Rust Belt states, to a Republican candidate who's now the president-elect. So I would actually suggest that Democrats, as Republicans had to after 2006 and 2008, take a moment and recalibrate and reflect as to what they're not doing right. Their messaging is wrong. There's major factions within the party that Barack Obama was able to actually unify for himself. But they've lost massively under this president, and now after 8 years of his tenure and Hillary Clinton's loss, they have 900 legislative seats. They have lost in state houses. They have the 33 governorships now under Republicans. They've lost the Senate. They've lost the House. And they lost the presidency.
I want to give J. Moo a chance here. Moving forward and talk big picture. I mean, Jill Stein, the Green Party candidate for president, has now raised millions of dollars on the idea that there should be recounts in Wisconsin and Michigan, even though there's no sign that those results will be flipped over. And you have Democrats, some saying publicly that Electoral College should not give this to Donald Trump. I seem to remember a few weeks ago Democrats saying that Donald Trump would be a crybaby if he lost and would not accept defeat. Are Democrats having a hard time simply accepting they lost?
Well, I think I took a week for therapy. Look, let's not get this twisted. And now I think it's my turn to say, with all due respect to my friend Tony, Hillary Clinton won 2 million more votes than Donald Trump. This populist movement that you talked about just is not there. The number of votes, the difference between them in the 3 states that really it came down to is around 100,000. So the obituary that was written for the Republican Party in 2008, now the same narrative wanting to be put on the Democratic Party in 2016. This is just all talk. There is an opportunity when a party loses to have new leadership come out, to have new ideas come out, and that's a good thing. This is an opportunity. This is not some crisis that is going to leave the Democratic Party in tatters. And this opportunity is something that we do need to take advantage of. And I think the best thing that needs to come out of this is to have more women in leadership within the Democratic Party.
I'm glad you said that. I'm going to give Tony a chance in a moment, but I got to stay with you, J. Moo, because you say this is an opportunity and we need more women. And first of all, in the DNC chairman's race, so far you've got Howard Dean, who's not exactly a new face, was the DNC chair years ago, had that scream and all of that, didn't end so well. And secondly, you've got Congressman Keith Ellison, male, Muslim-American congressman, and he has defended Louis Farrakhan in the past. And there are now some Democrats in the White House saying, is this the best face moving forward? What is happening in the Democratic Party? You call it an opportunity, and yet they seem to be blowing it again.
Hey, it is an opportunity, and I would say neither of these candidates are what the party needs. I'll go on the record saying that. So we do have to think outside of what right now is being discussed as the 2 front runners, because I'm sorry, who wants to go back to Howard Dean leading the party? And yes, you know, I think that Representative Ellison has some really good points, but I honestly don't think that he's also the future of the party. We have to look at women. We have to look at where we went wrong from a communication and message standpoint. And right now we don't have any front-runner candidates that are really talking about that.
Tony, when you talk about a new face for a party, I remember right before the election when the pundits were predicting Donald Trump would lose, there was this talk, he's going to lose, there'll be a landslide, they might lose the Senate, they might even lose the House, they don't have a deep bench. What in the world will the Republicans do? Now they look like, and I stress look like, they're on top of the world. And then in terms of the DNC race, some people were turning to Joe Biden into his 70s and saying, you should be DNC chair. And then Bernie Sanders, well into his 70s, he and his wife are saying he might run in 2020. What in the world is going on, Tony?
And look, you had 16 Republican candidates who ran against Donald Trump who lost that process, but are still very valid for potential future growth within the party and the country, I would add. And our bench is by far deeper, and that's just the reality. Look, I want to address two things Jim said, populism and the popular vote. The populist movement is real. Continue to deny it at your own peril. 6 states flipped from Barack Obama to Donald Trump in the upper Midwest as a result of this populist movement. The growth for Democrats were in states they already had, California, New York, Illinois, the urban areas, the coastal areas, and that is their problem. They have largely, as a party, the Democrats become elitist. And that's why they have not resonated with the middle of the country. And just look at the map to know it. By the way, Donald Trump won 209 counties that Barack Obama won twice. He won 194 counties that Barack Obama won once. Hillary Clinton flipped 6 counties. That's
Tony,
all from Republican to Democrat.
Illinois is not a coastal state, but I'll let you off the hook.
I put it in the urban,
I see your broader point. I'm only teasing you. But I gave you a lot of time. Jamie, I want to give you 30 seconds to wrap this up. You mentioned you're not happy with both candidates for the DNC race. So from a Democratic perspective, throw a name out there or give us an idea. Who's the third way here for the Democratic Party moving forward?
Jamil Green.
Are you getting in right here?
I'll get back to you on that.
All right.
Breaking news.